Okay, let's go over to accelerated 2 and scroll on down. We're going to talk about areas of circles, areas of parts of a circle, circumference and rotations, challenges, and the scale factor unit test. I'll let you guys complete that. Let me close out the 8th grade stuff. I have given myself just 12 minutes. All right, so for 8th graders, my videos are taking like half an hour. But for you guys, it's just not taking as long. Okay, so let's talk about, last week we talked about circumference, we talked about the basics of circles, and now we're going to talk about the area formula for a circle and all the different things that goes into that once it loads. Feel like it's gonna load. Area of a circle. Area of a circle formula is pi r squared. Okay, let's write that down. Pi r squared. That's it. Very simple. Find the area of a circle with the circumference of 18.84. And I know the circumference formula is C equals 2 pi r. So if 18.84 it doesn't tell me to use 3.14. Okay, so if I divide this number by 2 pi, so I'm not going to use 3.14. I am going to be exact and leave that pi symbol in there. So the radius is exactly 18.84 divided by 2 pi. So I'm going to take that number and substitute it in for r. But now I wonder if it's going to give it wrong. Anyway, so if I get it wrong, I'm just going to look at what I did wrong. 18.84 over 2 pi. And we want to square that. Okay, so that means we're going to have, we should probably not get all crazy with the first area problem, 18.84 of the year. So I'm going to use 3.14 divided by, because when you do this, when you do 18.84, when you divide it by 3.2 or 6.28, you get 3. So it's 3 squared times pi, which is 9 pi. Okay, so I use 3.14, but now I got 9 pi. That's right. Amazing. Let's do another one. Oh, there we go. What is the area of the circle? So enter either an exact answer or use 3.14. So the radius is 5. That means 5 squared is 25. And then I wrote pi, and it made it into the pi symbol. Isn't that nice? Let's do one more. Let's do fun. All right, the diameter is 10, which means the radius is 5. 5 squared is 25. 25 pi. You're gonna get it. Let's do cross-section area. That is not what we're doing. That is not, we're doing area of parts of a circle. Why did it say cross-section areas? We gotta do area of parts of a circle. So do you remember when we did the circumference of parts of a circle? We just found the circumference and multiplied it by the fraction of the circle. We're going to do the same thing here. All right. So this circle has an area of 64 pi, right? Because I can see that radius right there being 8. So r R equals 8. That means A equals pi times 8 squared, which is 64 pi. And this right here is a fourth of the circle, right? So we want to take and multiply that by 1/4 or divide, which would be 16 pi. 64 times 1/4 is 16, right? So let's see, is it 16 pi? 16. I just really like typing pi and watching it change it to the pi symbol. Right? All right, so area parts of a circle, you got this. Find the area and use the fraction. And most importantly, have fun. Area and circumference challenge. So the next one we're going to do is the, oh, this is good. This will help us know real life applications. A python curls up to touch the tip of its own tail with its nose, forming the shape of a circle. The python is 2.6 meters long. So that's the circumference of the circle. What is the radius of the circle that the python forms? So they just told me the circumference. Okay. So C equals 2 pi r. And now I know the circumference is 2.6 pi equals 2 pi r. And what do you see on both sides of the equal sign? We see a pi. So that cancels out. So 2.6 equals 2r. Now just divide by 2. And that'd be 1.3. So the radius is 1.3. I don't want to do any more of those because I want you to be challenged. I don't want to undo the challenge. Circumference and rotations. Is that really what we're doing? Circumference and rotation. Okay, so let's talk about rotation is just going to be a multiple of the circumference, right? So if we are circumference is 1 full rotation. So we might just need to multiply the circumference. Let's see. Benjamin is riding a unicycle. The tire of his unicycle has a circumference of 2.8 meters, and the tire revolves 1.5 times per second. So it goes 1.5 circumferences every second. What is the distance Benjamin travels in 100 seconds? Okay, so let's do it. We can do this. All right, so we know the slope. So let's do per second. So we know 1.5 times per second. So how many revolutions total? So if we got 100 seconds, let's multiply those numbers. So 100 seconds means 150 revolutions. Or 150 circumferences. So the circumference is 2.8. So remember, okay, so what do we want to do with the 2.8 and the 150? We want to multiply them. 1.8 times 250, or 2.8 times 250, 2.8 times, you know what, I'm rushing. It's 2.8 times 150, and it is 420 meters. Okay, so we're gonna find out the number of revolutions based on the rate, multiply that, and then multiply the number of revolutions by the circumference. And that is how far you travel. Isn't that good? All right, so, and then we did the challenge, we did the area of the circle. The last thing is your scale factor unit test, and I want you to do that. Okay, and try to get 100% on it this time because we just did scale factor. Okay, and I will see you in class, and I look forward to your traffic light problems. All right, car riders are about to be dismissed, so I will go.